Welcome back to Ask the Lawyer. I'm your host, Brenda Teal, here answering your legal questions about DWIs, criminal law, and personal injury. Today is Chris Johnson with the firm of Johnson and Noriega Attorneys at Law. Just call the number that you see on your screen. It's 1-888-449-9971, or email your question to chris@johnsonnoriegalaw.com. All right, if you're not able to get through on the phone lines right away, please keep trying. Again, that number one more time is 1-888-449-9971. Joining us now on the phone is Emily in Plano. Hi, Emily.
Hello. My name is Emily. I'm from Plano. I'd like to know the best way to proceed against a doctor who has treated me badly. I paid for his services, and then he dropped me like a hot potato.
Uh-oh. Okay. What do you think about that one, Chris?
Well, I'll let you know now. One of the things with a doctor, he can always decide to go ahead and stop treating a patient. Now, there are various reasons why a doctor could do that. What you're able to have legal recourse against a doctor for is typically going to be if he harms you in some way. Now, this is called malpractice. This is basically a situation where the doctor, his conduct falls below a standard of care. Now, the standard of care is something that, say, it's in the books. This is what the doctors are supposed to do. They're supposed to do A, B, and C to treat this patient, and they do A, B, D, and end up causing a serious injury. This is a situation where, you're supposed to amputate the left arm, you amputate the right arm. Now,
oops, yeah.
Oops. Yeah. And in a situation where, a doctor has just dropped you, to be honest, legal recourse on that's going to be pretty difficult.
Okay. All right. 888-449-9971 is the number to call. Again, 1-888-449-9971. We have another call from Dallas. Go ahead, Curtis. What's your question?
Yes, I was calling to find out. I have some traffic tickets, and my license was suspended because I couldn't pay the money. It was over $1,000. And I couldn't get a payment plan, and I was trying to figure out how do I go by and making some type of payment on that to try to get my license back.
All right. Thank you for your call. What should he do, Chris?
Now, in this situation, he's already pled out to these charges, okay? So more than likely, if he hasn't paid them over a long enough period of time, he may even have a warrant for these traffic tickets. Now, it's something that he can get cleared up, but he's going to want to call the respective city that he got the ticket in. He's going to want to get that cleared up with them. And in order to get his license reinstated, he may have surcharges or something that he's going to need to clear up with the DPS before they'll allow him to reinstate his license. So the first thing you'd want to do is you'd want to call the city's municipal court or justice of the peace court, wherever you got those tickets from, find out what you can do to get on a payment plan with them. And then you want to go ahead and call DPS and figure out what you need to do, what surcharges you may or may not have, or what you need to do to get that license reinstated.
Do they ever discount those fees?
Not often. They have the option of sitting them out. However, a lot of cities are only going to give you credit for about $100 a day to sit out a ticket. And it's something that, if he has that many tickets, it's probably not worth it.
Wow. All right. 888-449. What about that amnesty every now and again? Don't they do that? I'm working here for you. I'm trying to figure out a solution.
And if you had not pled out on the ticket, there are things that you can do to fight a ticket, just like with anything else. The government has a burden of proof that they have to prove. They have to prove that you violated the law beyond all reasonable doubt. Now, this is the highest legal burden that we have in our justice system. So it's something that, it's really hard for them to prove, but in a traffic ticket sense, just practical terms, it's easier for them to prove than in other cases. The thing with it is once you already plea out to it and you already owe them money, it's a lot harder to contest it at that point.
You should have called Chris. You should have called Chris first. 888-449-9971 is the number to call. We have a caller now. Bill in Dallas. Go ahead. What's your question, Bill?
Yes, my question is, I live here in Dallas, Texas. I have a probation violation from 91 in Portland, Oregon. Texas told me Dallas told me that they would not hold me for that charge, and I was wondering what could I do to resolve that problem?
Okay, thank you for your call.
Now, I'll be honest, since you have the probation out of Portland, Oregon, more than likely you're going to have to actually hire an attorney that's licensed in the state of Oregon, and you're probably going to have to, maybe take a couple of flights up there to clear it up. If it's such an old charge, there's a decent chance that you can have it to where if you do a couple of things, they may go ahead and dismiss it, or at least discharge you from your probation. Unfortunately, a lawyer in the state of Texas probably isn't going to be able to do a lot about it. And generally, unless it's going to be some sort of severe felony, the County of Dallas, you're correct, the County of Dallas isn't usually going to hold you on that. But if it's a felony level or up, they could go ahead and arrest you if they pull you over just like any other warrant.
Okay, 888-449-9971 is the number to call. We have an email question right now. This one is from Karen and Addison. She says, do I need an attorney? Isn't it just easier to go ahead and file a claim with another driver's insurance company rather than getting an attorney?
Now, that's the first thing we tell people to not do, is just go ahead and file a claim. Now, fact of the matter is, an insurance company has potentially hundreds of employees, that are working against you to try to make sure that you're taking as little as you can, or that you're able to, for any sort of personal injury that you suffer due to some other driver's negligence. Now, we feel that, and I think this is probably a good general rule, even if you don't call us, you should call an attorney that handles these types of cases, because you need somebody that's going to be looking after your interests also. Now, you don't know how to deal with the adjusters or the investigators. They'll tell you you need to give us a statement or something like that. Whereas an attorney is going to be working for you, looking for your interests, and make sure that you're not accepting a settlement and giving up your legal rights without needing to.
You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
There may be something right in your face that you have no knowledge of, but an attorney will.
Right.
So it's worth the phone call.
It is, and a lot of people don't even know, they don't even know how to get medical treatment without having to pay for it out of pocket. So a lot of people don't end up getting treated for injuries that are going to be debilitating, and it's something that they may have to deal with for the rest of their life. Now, my opinion is, if you've been hurt due to somebody else's negligence, that person should be accountable and be responsible for that.
That's right. 888-449-9971 is the number to call. We'll be right back answering more of your questions for personal injury, DWI, and criminal lawyer Chris Johnson right after this.